Are you living from your five physical senses, from which you can hear, see, smell, taste, touch? Are you living from this body, these five physical senses that every single animal on the planet has? Or are you living from the higher faculties, the faculties that were given to human beings alone, these six higher faculties, these inner higher faculties, these higher senses, so to speak? There's six of them. We're all familiar with the five lower animal senses: see, hear, smell, taste, touch. But what makes human beings different than any other animal? Your dog, your cat, a horse, a pig can see, hear, smell, taste, touch. But they do not have these higher faculties. There's six: perception, the will, reason, imagination, intuition, and memory. Human beings have those. If we do not know how to live from these six higher faculties, we are just animals. We're seeing a lot of people, myself included. I am drawn to the physical, what I can see, hear, smell, taste, touch. And I will only live a life that is bound to that. But if I live from my higher faculties, the possibilities are endless, limitless, truly. That is living from the inside out, from the inner faculties out, creating, instead of just observing from the outside five lower senses in. We're continuing the reading of Dr. Joseph Murphy's book, The Miracles of Your Mind. We started it yesterday and we're continuing. We're still on chapter 1, titled How Your Mind Works. We must know how our mind works or nothing in our life works. So come with me on this journey. We're continuing. We left off yesterday. He was talking about the media of observation, or the five physical senses, just like we talked about. The objective mind, and this was the thing we used to describe the mind, a recap, if you will. This represents the mind, this silly stick figure. You can see that. This represents the mind. We have two parts of our mind. We have the thinking, conscious thinking mind, or the objective mind. And we have the subconscious feeling mind, or subjective mind. This is our body with which we act, and then the results that follow depending on how we act. So I'm going to kind of keep this up here and describe as I continue reading. So Joseph Murphy is saying how we observe this physical world. If you can see these kind of antenna, these five physical senses of our body, see, hear, smell, taste, touch. That's how we observe the outside world, to our objective mind. And so the objective mind is our guide in our contact with the environment outside of us. We gain knowledge through our five senses. The objective mind learns through observation, experience, and education. The greatest function of that conscious mind is that faculty of reason that I mentioned, just one of the six. It's our ability to think, our ability to reason. Dogs and cats don't have the faculty of reason. Human beings do, and we need to use it. How often do you think? Really think, not just, mind movement is not true thinking. We think. There was a great saying, I think it was, only really 2% of people actually think. 2% of people actually think. 3% of people think they think. And 95% of people would rather die than think. Mental activity does not constitute thinking. A lot of times we're just taking in what we hear other people say and we just parrot it back. It's just an echo chamber. It takes energy to think. How often do you truly sit down and think? Thinking takes energy. It can be tiring. Remember a time when you had to sit and really think something over. You're like, oh man, I just want to take a nap. I don't want to think about that. I just want to numb out. We don't really think. All right. So the greatest function of the conscious mind is that of reasoning, or the ability to think. Look around Los Angeles. You come to the conclusion that it is a beautiful city based upon your observation of the parks, the buildings, the beautiful structures, the lovely flower gardens, etc. This is the working of your conscious or objective mind. So the conscious, I hope I'm pointing to the right thing. Okay, here we go. The conscious or subjective mind. This is where we think, the conscious or subjective mind. So this is the working of your conscious objective mind. The word objective means that it deals with objective things, objects on the outside. The subjective mind down here, the subjective mind, takes cognizance of its environment by means independent of the physical senses. Intuition, vibes, feeling. Hold on to me here. The subjective mind, or the subconscious mind, so the SC stands for subconscious, the subjective mind or the subconscious mind, the feeling mind, is independent of the physical five senses. It's its own deal, but they work together, separate and then together. So the subjective mind, it takes cognizance of the environment independent of the five senses. The subjective mind or subconscious mind, either term may be used, perceives by intuition. That's one of our higher faculties. The subconscious mind is the seat of your emotions. That's why I have that heart here. I mentioned yesterday. The word psychology. The ancient Greeks, the Egyptians, thousands of years, people have known this. They figured this out somehow, that our true heart of hearts is not this beating sac in our chest. Our heart of hearts exists in our subconscious mind, our psyche. The word psychology means the study of the soul or the spirit. We've come a far long way from that true original meaning. So to study your psyche, your soul, your spirit, it's in your mind. So the subjective mind or subconscious mind, either term may be used, perceives by intuition. The subconscious mind is the seat of your emotions. We know without a doubt that it performs its highest functions when the objective senses are quieted. Well, there's another word. It says abeyance. So when we shut out the five physical senses, it says that this subconscious functions, our intuition, functions a lot easier. Have you noticed that when you have an intuitive hit, it's not something that you can see, hear, smell, taste, or touch. Nothing with your five physical senses. No information that your objective mind is seeing makes sense to how you feel. It's something that you know deep down in your heart. It's a feeling. It's not a knowing. It's not a logical thinking, objective mind knowing. It's a subjective feeling, intuitive hit. It's challenging at times to follow those intuitive hits because this thinking subconscious mind is always running. But once we close it, we can hear deeper our emotions. I'll read a couple more sentences. It is the intelligence of this feeling mind that makes itself manifest when the conscious mind is suspended or in a sleepy, drowsy state. So let's just suspend. That's why when we're sleeping, Carl Jung, these amazing psychologists and psychiatrists from the past, these great people who studied the mind, the soul, the spirit, knew that we must shut out the five physical senses and go deep down into our subconscious mind. Sleeping, when we're in a sleepy state, it says, when we sleep at night, it's the dream state. Dreams are the language of the subconscious mind. So it's the intelligence that makes itself manifest when the conscious mind is suspended in a sleepy, drowsy state. The subconscious mind sees without the use of eyes. It has the capacity or clairvoyance and clairaudience. It has the capacity of clairvoyance and clairaudience. The subconscious mind can leave the body, travel to distant lands, and bring back intelligence oftentimes of the most exact and truthful character. Through the subconscious mind, you can read the thoughts of others, even to the minutest details. Read the contents of sealed envelopes and closed safes. Have you ever experienced, we hear a lot, people are clairvoyant, people are clairaudient. You know things before they happen, psychic abilities. We all have those. We can see things before they happen. We can, when we're tapped in, we can feel it. Have you ever been around a close friend or family member and you know something's not right, you know something's off, you know they're going to say something? Or you might be thousands of miles away and you just feel something. It might not happen often, but the more you exercise the faculty, the higher faculty of intuition, it truly is like being psychic. We all have those abilities. It's just a muscle. Some people say, I'm very intuitive. I'm a very intuitive person. We're all very intuitive. It's just some people have exercised that muscle more than others. People say, I'm really sensitive to other people's energies. It's because they're very tapped into this feeling emotional mind. This is really good. All right, today's a short reading. I hope you enjoyed that. We're still on chapter 1 of The Miracles of Your Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. How your mind works. I hope you enjoyed that. And we are growing this YouTube channel. By we, I mean me. I am at 202 subscribers. I'm very excited. I was just at 117 probably about a month ago, and now I'm at 202. So anybody who watches this, I really appreciate your support, liking what I like. I love reading books that really speak to my heart, expand my awareness, make me grow. If you like this, please hit that thumbs up button and share it with anybody who you think would resonate with this message or would like this. I'm a big nerd for psychology, theology, philosophy. I love just soaking in books that feed my soul, my spirit, my mind, and remind me who I am. I always find that on my journey to knowing who I am, who am I feel closer to God. And when I'm searching for God, what is God? What is life? I feel closer to myself. Know thyself and you shall know the universe and all the gods. That is my goal. Self-awareness, getting to know myself every single day. It's our job every single day. Well, we can choose it or not, but the happiness and the joy, the peace and freedom we feel gets stronger and stronger every day when we go inside, when we study ourselves. Again, are you living from your 5 lower senses? Or are you living from your 6 higher faculties? Are you living from observation with these physical eyeballs? Or are you living from imagination, from this inner eye, the higher faculty, the eye of God? Have a wonderful day, and we will continue tomorrow.